Hello, guys. Welcome back. This is Prince, and yes, today is a very good day. Today is basically my day. If this character was Kazuya as a DLC, it would have basically been the perfect day. Obviously, it's not. Heihachi Mishima is not my main character, but it is dad. So here goes that. No, actually, I'm a fan of every Mishima. Probably the least liked would be regular Jin. Um, and the most liked, obviously, Kazuya. Then it follows into, I would say, at the same level. I like Heihachi, Jinpachi, and Devil Jin, and then goes Reina, and last is regular Jin. So today we had the Heihachi Mishima trailer reaction and a little bit of analysis, but we didn't have anything confirmed yet because later on, I think like 3 hours later, they did the Tekken Talk and they explained how he works a little bit, and I watched most of it, and actually I got a lot of things I predicted, and then they appeared in the trailer. But a lot of things that they showed in the trailer that we weren't sure about, I also predicted. So I'm gonna go through the trailer here and explain what we could have not understand before. So let's skip right to the start of the video here. Yeah, it looks sick. He looks beautiful, man. Can't wait to play him, actually. So, first off, we see a forward tree into what at first looked like a easy version of an electric from a stance. So this is a fusion stance, and apparently he has an electric version in the stance that's easy to do. It's just stance into press 2, but it's not an electric, just like easy version for Gen. This is a little different. It is a 15 frames electric, but it's a mid, and it's minus 10. This is a homage, uh, a tribute to old Heihachi in very old Tekken games, where he still had a middle AVGF. Actually, middle when Godfist. Then later he got the AVGF, and then they changed it because it was too broken, obviously. Excuse me. So this is a homage basically, but it's minus 10. Now we know that, and this Fusion stance has many other options. For example, after forward 3, if you hit forward 3, before it would in Tekken 7 it would have been a knockdown. If you were close to the wall, it would have been a wall splat, and on counter hit it would have been a counter hit launcher, full launcher. The move was basically perfect because it had very good tracking, and it was -2 on block. Like the move was madness. Okay, now I don't know if it is still -2 on block, but we know that it isn't anymore what it used to be. Now, if you hit it, you get a 1-1 follow up on after the stance, which basically is a heat engager high high. So now he does the mid electric that also screws a tornadoes immediately, so the combo it can't be too long. Now we see a new variation of the hell sweep. Now he does forward 2-2 into stance, and then he does a power crush homing high. Or at least it looks like a high, but it could be a mid. I'm not sure. Is a forward 1+2. Forward 1+2 is typically his 12 frame Punisher. And now he does this into Heat Engager just like how I predicted. Uh, Sorry, not into Heat Engager, but I'm pretty sure he can. Now he just does a follow up, but I'm sure you can Heat Engage guaranteed there. This is a punch parry of the stance. I don't know the input, but you can do it. Now he ducks it, does I believe wall standing one here, into 442. Sorry, 441+2, which is his new Heat Engager. It is basically a demon paw. It is a kind of that kind of move that Kazuya, Jin, Double Jin have. For Kazuya, Jin, and Double Jin will be 442. For Heihachi, it is a different input because basically his 442 is too iconic to remove, and the Demon Uppercut is still what it was in Tekken 7. Let's be honest, it's the same thing. Minus 16, but with such a huge pushback that only few characters can consistently punish it. For the other characters, you're rather not even risk whiffing a punish. Um, some characters might just take their turn instead of just trying. But here we see while sending one into 441+2 as a follow up. Mind, this 441+2 is a heat engager, is safe on block, it's minus 8. And here it doesn't heat engage because this is not a true follow up, this is just a knockdown into guaranteed follow up. Here he does the VGF, the true one. So yeah, so as you can see from the sparkle, I'm gonna try to. The sparkles are different. This one is the true AVGF. It's the high AVGF that the other Mishimas have. Specifically, they confirmed that Heihachi, just like Kazuya and Reina, is going to be able to do a perfect electric. So you can do the perfect electric input, which is forward neutral. Then you skip the down input and you go directly into down for 1+2. So you can do it one frame faster. I don't know if he is gonna have some counter hit into plus 13, because like he has forward 4 that forces crouch, but forcing crouch it makes so that perfect electric's gonna whiff because it's a high. So I don't know if he's gonna have some counter hit where you can perfect electric, but we're gonna have to wait just a few days to find out. But yeah, it does electric, then goes manually into the the Raijin stance. This is the new Raijin stance, so he has two stances. One is the Fujin, where he has the mid electric and the heat engager high high, the punch parry, and a few other things I forgot. This is the Raijin stance. He has more powerful options, but the stance transition is a little bit slower. He does Stomp, which is, I believe it's a little bit minus, or yeah, it's a little bit minus. And then he does back four, his new back four. In Tekken 7, back four used to be a homing middle counter hit launcher that immediately screwed the opponent. Now it's still a counter hit launcher, but it's not homing. I believe it's actually very linear, but it is faster. And I mean, it is what it is. Now he does sidestep into, I believe, um, I, I forgot what it was, but it transitions into a high guard break that guarantees a 10 frame punish. In this case, he does 1-1-2, and we can see that 1-1-2 still wall splats, just like in Tekken 7. Yeah, he does sidestep 2 into Raijin stance, And Raijin stance has a guard break. You see that homing high is a is a guard break, and then he does 1-1-2. Let's watch it again. Side step 2, guard break 1-1-2, pa pa 1+2. So the old wall combo still works. Now he sidesteps, I believe, and he does down 1-2 into stance transition into Thunder God Fist. Yeah. So Raijin stance also has a Thunder God Fist that could potentially be safe because it comes out of the stance. So here we take a look at the heat burst. The animation is basically the second hit of Tekken 7 down forward 1-2. This is the second hit of that string in Tekken 7. Now talking about downfall 1, we got to see from the Tekken Talk that downfall 1 alone is -5. So it's a huge nerf to potentially the neutral play of this character. Before it was -1, now it's -5. So they want you to commit to downfall 1-1 or downfall 1-2 or downfall 1 hold the two. It's a weird mechanic. They didn't show it in the trailer, but basically he has some moves that he can charge, and if you do the charged up version, they're safe in some situations or plus. But if you hold the button and release at the right time, it's like a just frame. If you release the button at the right time, it's gonna do a powered up version of that. And for example, down for 1, hold 2. If you release it at the right time, it is actually plus, as opposed to be safe. And if you just do down for 1-2, it's gonna be -13 on block. And down for 1-1, I believe is still -1. And yeah, that's about it. So now what we see after the heat burst, this is 1 back 2 into Raijin stance into throw. And after the throw, you can still go into stance. So it's still Raijin stance afterward. No, wait. No, that was okay. I got mistaken by the heat effects. But basically, you go to 1 back 2 into Fujin stance that does a little spark because you're in heat, and this is the I believe this should be a 2 break in Tekken 7. I don't know if this is gonna be a 1+2 throw, but essentially afterwards you go into Raijin stance, and this the main man said that this is unbreakable, like Reina. He said that. I don't know how credible that is. He got to play just a little bit, and he didn't have the practice mode and all the frame data and whatnot. So we just have to trust his word on this. But we're gonna be obviously explore that when the character comes out. But I expected this to be a unbreakable throw. This is Broken Toy. It used to be a 1 break in Tekken 7. 4-4-2, as we can see. Very huge pushback as usual. Jin was late on the punish with 4-4-2, so he got the general parry. This is a general parry, goes for kicks and punches, highs and mids. And if he gets this, he gets a 1+2 heat engager here. Hunting Hawk, still +6, I believe. Then he does the regular heat smash. This one breaks the floor, hard breaks the floor. And Ostekoi. And now we see obviously Kazuya. Turia. Now we see Iron Hand as a punish. Is a heat engager. Up forward 3 into, I believe it's 1, but it could be actually 1 plus 2, the input. And this is only, I believe, only in heat. And it consumes obviously a little bit of heat, and it's plus 2. And he gets the secondary heat smash. It's not like the other characters where you have to go into a stance to do the different heat smash and whatnot. This is just regular heat smash, but if you hold forward, kind of like Jin, if you hold forward, it does a different version. This one, instead of breaking the floor, it's a hard wall break and a wall splat. Look, you see it for a brief second. You can see, yeah, there. You could see the wall splat, and now we see. There we go. So we see Ashi, the down back two. That's very funny, iconic move where he basically says, "Watch your legs." He says legs, literally. Anyway, this one is plus 6 on hit, and then he goes for a new move. It actually is a 15 frame launcher from crouched, but the input is quite different. He has to do a full crouch down forward too to actually punish. But in this case, it trade not trade. Sorry, it wins the clash with Kazuya. Kazuya tried to press on a -6, and he wins with this new move. Probably launch punishable on block or some shit. Um, Looks sick. It looks like Akuma wall standing two in in Tekken 7. Um, but now, yes, now it's confirmed Heihachi can punish the sweeps very easily if you learn how the muscle memory for full crouch down for 2. Then he does, I believe, electric forward 3 into stance, and then after the stance, he does the middle VGF that will screw the opponent, and then I believe he does probably the house sweep. Let's see. No, he doesn't do the house sweep. He does this attack here that we just saw, the little flash, if you saw that. Basically, this one is back to hold, and just like I was saying before, if you release the button at the right time, where you see the flash, basically, when you see the flash, you release the button, it will do this just frame version that also has blue sparks. I'm going to show it to you again. And this version here, um, not only it is plus in neutral, but in combos it tail spins. You see, it tail spins Kazuya, so you can continue the combo. And then it does. I believe this one is. I forgot. It could be down for 3+4 or some shit. And now he has the ground pound. When he's in heat, he can do the ground pound, but he can also do it after this stomp version here. Um, to deal additional damage. Obviously, you lose Oki here because Kazuya is way too far. But it's very cool implementation of the ground pound. In Tekken 7, it was almost useless. Now he blocks the sweep and obviously does a very questionable punish. He does. I don't know the input for this attack because this used to be sidestep, sidestep 2-1. Now it could actually be maybe while standing 1+2-1 or some stuff like this. But essentially, apparently, this is a heat engager. I don't know how much frames this is going to be fast, but it looks on the slower side. It's a heat engager, so naturally, he will go for a heat dash here because he's already in heat, and he will turn that into a combo. This is strings. Nothing much to say about this. This is just new strings that look very, very similar to Reina's strings. Kazuya does the heat smash. He blocks it, but instead of punishing it, they show the new install. And I predicted this. I predicted that it was going to be very similar to Lydia, and in fact, it is just a tiny bit of difference. He gets a stack every time he goes into heat, apparently. So even the heat burst should be enough to get one stack. And I don't like that particularly, but it's fine. And once you get to three stack, apparently you unlock some moves with the stacks, but the major stuff that that we need to talk about is when you get to three stacks, you unlock a new move that is this basically this powered up super stance that isn't actually a stance, it's just a move where he emits a wave that will deal chip damage to the opponent or knock him away if he presses, essentially. Um, and this will allow Heihachi to do a few a bunch of stuff. Um, but essentially, when he does this, he also recover. I don't know how to explain it, but imagine you lost half HP with Heihachi, okay, true HP. Imagine you have half HP literally, and you do this, you're gonna gain a chunk of white health, but it doesn't mean that some of your health get turned into gray. I don't mean that. I mean that you gain it literally. So if your HP is like this, you're gonna gain a little bit, like a little bit of gray, so you can recover it maybe with a combo or pressure or whatnot. So this is the first thing you gain, and yes, what we're about to see here is a legacy hell sweep. I say legacy because usually when you block the first hell sweep, Heihachi is gonna stagger for a minus 26, just like all the other hell sweeps. But in this case, we see Kazuya blocking the first one, and it doesn't stagger. Kazuya then proceeds to muscle memory punish, but the punish doesn't go through because Heihachi is gonna press basically the wall standing 4-4 version of the follow up, and that is gonna. It looks like it gets so much plus frames. I believe you can do some dirty stuff here. You see the plus frames that you got here. I believe you could also get like a mid electric from the stance or some shit. Then he punishes down for 2, which is minus 12. He punishes it with 1 plus 2 that is powered up by this new state in which Heihachi is. After doing that stance move that we were talking about before, he spends all the tokens basically and gets into this really fucked up state where for the rest of the round, not the rest of the match, be careful, just the rest of the round. So he's gonna have this hell sweep, he's gonna have this 1 plus 2 that knocks the opponent to the ground and guarantees a 4-4-2, which is also gonna be empowered, and we're gonna see that. I wonder what it does. Probably it is plus on block, or it has more pushback, or I don't know, but yes, he gets this. So let's take a look. Boom. Then he does forward 4. Kazuya was crouching, so now it forces crouch on minus 15. And what he gets is his new down forward to 1. Down forward to 1 for Heihachi is very similar to Kazuya's down forward 1, down forward 2, which is a mid string where uh, Kazuya only gets it like on counter hit, he gets a knockdown. If it's not counter hit, it doesn't get much, just gets the first hit because it's not natural, but it's just a knockdown, okay? And here, Heihachi, this is a natural, it's very similar, but this is one is a natural, but without this specific mode that I forgot the name, I think it's Warrior Instinct, it's called. But it's essentially before you get into the state, it's just a knockdown. But when you get into the state, it's going to be a tornado launcher. So 4-4 forces crouch minus 15. You do down 4-2-1 easy combo, big damage. Look, boom, bam, bam. This is basically Jinpachi down 4-2-1. Let's look at it again because it's sick. Bam, bam. And this is obviously Hell Sweep low into Thunder God Fist. This got a little bit buffed because, as you can see, he's very easily able to conclude the combo after the Thunder God Fist. He does a jab back two into headbutt. This was the rage drive of Tekken 7. As we can see in this mode, it is back. It still spikes like Tekken 7, so he has a guaranteed almost unscaled stomp. Probably OTGF as well, we don't know yet. But what really scares me is this black screen that we got here. This usually in Tekken 8 means that you cancel the gray health of the opponent, if it has any. See the stomp. Also worth noting, another buff of this mode is that Heihachi has more recoverable health. At least this is what I believe. He has more recoverable health in combos rather than the other characters. But he, when he is in this mode, will almost deal no recoverable health during combos. So if you get hit, deal with it. Like, you almost have no recoverable health. What this combo will do, probably, it is even worse. Because if you got chip damage from the heat mode, the heat engagers that deal chip damage and all that stuff, he's gonna fucking cancel that too. He's gonna deal so massive damage with this combo, it will be unbelievable. Believe me on this. Then he does a Soria with Kazuya and he wins. And then boom, he shows the frickin' marking on his chest, signifying that Kazuya hit quite a punch in Tekken 7. I still believe he's dead. I mean, he died. That's what I mean. I still believe he died from Kazuya, but then got resurrected. They keep hinting at lava and blah blah blah. Didn't die, but I think he's actually resurrected. He really died. This obviously was Richard really sick. Really sick. So guys, this was my analysis, a little bit corrected by the Tekken Talk, and I actually got a lot of stuff right. A lot of the speculation was actually right. So I'm actually happy about that. And guys, I hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching and see you next time in the next video. About that, before we go, actually, I didn't explain why this was a very good day for me, and it was because today at the state of play they also showed Monster Hunter Wilds, which is the other game that I want to cover in this channel. And damn, the next video is gonna be about that. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you next time. Good night.